Hey, Fallout fans, Nukamate here. I'm shooting a second video on how to turn that NPC into a merchant. Uh, if you watched my first video, I showed you how to make an NPC, went through the options and such, but now we're going to make that NPC actually be useful. So we're going to turn her into a merchant. So let's go find what I've created. So here's the NPC. Things I've changed since last video was I changed her voice to female, get out of the way, female Boston. That seemed to help because it's more of a generic. Generally, generic is better in this game. I don't know what happened to her hair. It just looks ridiculous. So I'm trying to get to that. Auburn hair. I'm not really sure what's doing that in game, but something, it keeps randomizing this character, and it's very irritating. Yeah, she's supposed to have a hat on. I don't know why. Sometimes I get that beehive. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, yeah, I changed her voice, and so on. So the first thing you have to do is you have to make a faction. Make your own faction. So we'll go to character. Oh, no, wrong one. Character. Go to faction. You'll hit new. I've already made one. I had to test it. So of course, prefix your mod. End with what it is. It'll just help you out. It doesn't matter what you call it. It'll start here in general. Factions are how they interact with other factions in the game. So they're neutral to the player, and they're allies to any other merchant in the game that you're going to create. You can add more if you want, like crime, or if you're going to put them in Diamond City, you'll probably add or look for Diamond City. So you'll hit new and then Diamond City. Yeah, see. So there'll be an enemy of Diamond City, or they're part of the railroad, synth, the companion faction, blah blah blah. So for right now, just leave that to. You can actually leave it blank and it'll totally work. But ranks, I leave alone. Crime, I leave alone because I don't really care if they catch me committing crime. You can if you want, but that's up to you. Yeah, see, don't report crimes against members. So if you can join their faction, or if you make ally to the player faction, that'll count. But for the most part, just leave it blank. So go to vendor, click vendor. Start time is what time they start selling. So 0 is midnight, 24 is midnight. So that means they're always open. You can make it more realistic, like say 7 in the morning and 10 o'clock at night. It goes by military time. If you're not sure about military time, if it's under 12, that means it's AM. So 4 a.m., 8 a.m. If it's over 12, like say 14, you just subtract 12. So that'd be 2. So 2 p.m. is 14. That's how military time works. So for the most part, just leave it 24. So that way they're just always open while you're learning how to do this. You can check their location. So I always usually do near self, or you can do in cell too, because they won't generally wander. You can set wandering and AI data, but for now we'll just leave it alone, and we'll go for near self. That seems to always work. What near self means is basically where the merchant container is. Radius, fine. Was it near self? In cell, near package, near editor location. I think self is fine. Just leave self. You can probably leave it blank. It worked fine for me when I left it blank. Vendor, buy, or sell list. Leave it miscellaneous, and then click buy, sell everything not in this list. Pretty much everything is considered not miscellaneous, like guns and food and chems and all that stuff. Sorry. So just leave miscellaneous, click buy and sell. And once you have all that done, you just go ahead and hit OK to save it. Make sure you're always saving your mod in case it crashes. Bring it back open. And we're going to add a container. We got to do a container next. So we'll leave this open for now. We'll lower that so we can get to this. And we'll go ahead and create a merchant container. So I've already created one. Otherwise, you'll hit new. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, you know what? It's best not to hit new. Never mind. It takes longer to do it that way. Just find something. I made a cigarette machine and duplicated it. And once you've duplicated it, just change the name. Like I've done here. See, NPC mod merchant container. It doesn't matter what you call it. That way it has a physical form in the model. Bounding box and everything. It knows what it is. And here's what you add. This is what's going to be in her list that you can buy. Not what she can buy, but what you can buy from her. So you hit new, and so you can buy a 44 from her, or you can buy ammo or just whatever. And also, it's good to add money, which is no bottle cap mine, bottle caps. Where's bottle caps at? Well, that's embarrassing. I'm not sure what they call it in this game. It used to just be gold. Even though it was bottle caps, it used to still be gold in this game. Let's find out. Bottle cap mine. Huh. Well, this is embarrassing. I probably should have looked this up. Wait, what are bottle caps? I'm going to pause the video for a second while I find this. Okay, sorry about that. I found it. It's caps. How embarrassing. So, caps, yeah, 001. It used to be gold 001, so that's how I knew when I saw it. And you'll give her some money, so we'll say she'll, have always 900 caps. Otherwise, you can do, I think what's similar to caps is probably like level caps. Again, another thing I probably should have looked up, but I could probably just look it up here. Yeah, here you go. So LL caps change. It's kind of like a level thing. That way, the higher level you are, the higher the level their amount of caps will be. So we'll go with 50. There we go. So now that'll go up when your level goes up. That way, it's makes a little more sense. So we'll stick with that. It's the same with guns. LL guns. Oh no, it's gonna be just whatever, isn't it? Grenades. Same with grenades. That way it'll be frag grenades and then later cryo grenades when you level up, stuff like that. Food. Basic food. That's what LL is good for. Is it randomizes it. So on and so forth. So you get the idea. LL for leveling stuff, for stuff that levels with the player, and stuff specifically with what you want, like addict to all, or I'm sure there's like an LL for medication. Let's just double check on that. So yeah, see ammo, armor, probably a lot of armor, probably gonna be a lot of weapons too. Ooh, let's go this way. You know what? If you want it, you can go ahead and look through all this. I saw components too, though. That's good. But yeah, that's the idea. All right, and then that's it. Now you've created the box. So you'll go ahead, OK. And that's the faction container. So what you'll do is you'll find your container here, and you'll drag it to somewhere in the cell you'll drop her in. So right now it's Sanctuary. I've already dropped it in. It's that cigarette machine right here. Ugh, I hate Sanctuary. There it goes. So I dropped it here, and then you'll select, and over here you'll select reference in window. That'll turn white. You double click it, and so now this faction uses this cigarette machine as its merchant box. So you hit OK. Let it save. Otherwise, you'll have nothing attached. Now, if you don't want players to be able to access this, otherwise, a player can just walk right up to it and steal everything that the merchant owns. So you'll want to drop it somewhere they can't reach. So in this case, it'll be just below. Yeah. So it'll still work. Player can't access it, but they shouldn't even be able to see it. But for right now, we'll just drop it a little lower, just in case. There we go. So she'll always use it. It'll be there. Now we're almost done. Now we got to add the factions to her, to the actual merchant. So you'll go to factions, Dialogue Merchants faction, you add that. I think that's what gave her this speech, so you can talk to her. That might have been why in the other video she wasn't talking. NPC Mod Merchant faction, that's the faction you've created. And Merchant Vendor faction, I don't know if it really needs this one, but I threw it in anyway. Just, you can't have too many factions, really. And then that's it. Once you do those, you're pretty much done. So now when you walk into game, she'll be here, and the merchant box will be working. So let's go ahead and load up that mod, and we'll take a look. Alright, here we are. We're in game, and there's my merchant. So go ahead, and you'll see the merchant box isn't there.
Best scrap in the Commonwealth right here.
And there you go. Barter.
Sure. Let's take a look.
And so, yep, there you go. See, the Addictol you added, the 44 rounds are in there. One snub-nosed pistol, and an LL weapon. So there you go. It's not bad. But notice that she doesn't have any caps. So we've definitely hit a snag here. So let's go ahead and we'll jump out of game real quick, and I'll find out what happened there. Okay, here we go. Normally I wouldn't do this in a video, but I'm going to show you a good, what's the word? It's a trick, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. In case you get stumped, you don't know what to do, this is a good way to find out. So what I've done was I pulled up an NPC that I know is a merchant in game, Daisy, over at Good Neighbor, and I've looked in her factions. Troubleshooting. That's the word I was looking for. Is troubleshoot. And I've noticed here Piper discount faction. I forgot that Piper, you can get discounts with her. So with our merchant, we're gonna do the same thing. Was it CIC? No, we'll just hit Piper. That'll probably work. So CIC Piper discount. There we go. So now she'll have that. Notice that she just has the services Good Neighbor. So we can probably get rid of whatever this is. And dialogue. I don't see dialogue in here. But we'll leave dialogue merchant. Just it might be like a. It might be something for generic references, so I'll leave that one in. Let's go back. Finder. Nope, nope. MC mod. There we go. And there was a couple other things I found too, because I was trying to figure out, well, where's her gold? So I went to inventory, and I saw her inventory. Well, she has a key, but this one, our character doesn't need a key. But a couple of things for realism. Is we'll get rid of combat rifle. See, she had LLI weapons, so it's kind of like a level. So LLI weapons, and then I guess it was citizen, right? Yeah, citizen, and then if you were going to pickpocket her, she'll was it pockets? It's always nice to move that over so you can see it. You don't have to guess. LLE underscore weapons. Ah, damn it. Whatever. Right? Underscore, no pockets. Oh, dang it, I lost it. So LLE underscore. Okay, whatever. Pockets, citizen, poor. Actually, we'll go average. She's a merchant after all. So there you go. So now when they level up, the things in her pockets will be better. So it'll make more sense this way. Okay, so that still didn't solve the problem of where the gold is. So I did notice something else in her factions. Faction was services Good Neighbor. That's probably her specific. So we'll pop in here. Good Neighbor Daisy. That's the cell. I kind of wish it would just show you what the box is so that I can. That's not going to work. So we're going to have to go the long way here. So go Good Neighbor. I think it was interior gate. We'll just do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig up her box. I wish I knew what it was called, because I could probably search that way. Container? Oh, yeah. Could have just guessed. Caps, there it is. So LLC Caps Vendor V8. That's what I was missing. So there you go. See, we troubleshooted. We found out what we needed. We used a reference, and we overcame. So that was the box, right? So NPC. There's the merchant container. I'm done with her. So we'll open up our container. Clear. See, now that was change. But, as you can see, caps of vendor is probably different. So we'll go ahead and add a new one, LLC. Gonna find caps of vendor. V8 1 for food, medicine, or miscellaneous. Guess we'll click food. She buys and sells everything. I don't think it really matters. See components, good neighbor, VL, vendor, general, lunch boxes. Sometimes it's good to just copy. Copy what they have. Oh, okay, bakery goods, chems, general. We'll just go general. Here we go. Probably get rid of that 44. So she'll have vendor, excuse me, vendor goods, caps, basic food. So you can click something, hit new, and it'll copy it, and then it's easier just to pop in here. And I think I saw medicine. Didn't I see medicine? Alcohol. Yeah, why not? She'll sell some booze. Why not? Okay, there we go. So that should be pretty good. So hit OK. Hit OK. Let's pop in game and let's find out. Okay, we're back in game. I'm going to apologize now if my frame rates are really low. Sometimes I've noticed when I'm recording and I pop in, it gets low, but okay, here we go.
Hey, Scava. Let's trade.
Sure. Let's take a look.
And there you go. Okay, so she's got gold or caps, and she's got random goodies I can buy. Let's look through some sorting. So we got merchant. Why isn't Z working? Sort, whatever. I usually play with a gamepad, so this is a little different. But anyway, there you go. So now she's got a bunch of goods you can buy. She's got caps you can use, because I'm only level 1, so it's only 257. As I level up, that should get better. And there you go. That's how you, whoop. How do I exit? Tab. Alright. That's how you make a merchant. And next, I'll be shooting a video as soon as I can figure out how to turn her into a follower. You may not be able to be a merchant and a follower. But I think that's why in the general tab of her, or no, I'm sorry, of the merchant faction, it's near self. So anytime you're near her, she should be able to access this. So that'd be pretty awesome, right? Having a follower that's also a merchant will buy your stuff. So that's it. Look out next for my next video. Like I said, make her a follower, hopefully. And thanks for watching. Please vote up and subscribe and wait for more videos. Appreciate it. Thank you.